Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Indie Zone. My name is Kathy. If you think you recall, Judge Stephen J. Hippler at Mr. Kohberger's change of plea proceeding last July talk about the Supreme Court of the United States case of Garza versus Idaho, you'd be 100% correct because the court absolutely did. It was during the time when Judge Hippler noted that Mr. Kohberger was giving up all rights to appeal his sentence. The court, however, interjected that under Garza, there are certain occasions where appeal waivers will not hold muster. And those explanations are contained in Garza. Next time that you're in Judge Hippler's courtroom watching any proceeding where he needs to address another appellate waiver, he'll probably not be referring to Garza anymore. He might be referring to Hunter versus United States because Hunter is a current SCOTUS case that is looking at Garza. And the petitioner there, that's Mr. Hunter, asked the Supreme Court under what set of circumstances, besides, for example, ineffective assistance of counsel, and where the sentencing judge exceeded jurisdiction in requiring the defendant to, for example, serve more time than a statute required. What beyond that could possibly allow someone who waived appellate rights to still get around the appellate waiver? We have been following Hunter versus United States for the past year. The last activity on the docket occurred in early March 2026 when the Supreme Court entertained oral argument, meaning there was a hearing in Washington, D.C., where the attorneys for Mr. Hunter and the United States, that was the Department of Justice, got before SCOTUS and tried to persuade the court to rule in their favor. We've checked the docket today, and there is no ruling as of yet in Hunter. And the time is starting to get very narrow from when the Supreme Court will be making this ruling, because the Supreme Court usually closes up shop for 1 year at the end of June, maybe going into, on occasion, the beginning of July, but very rare that there would be still cases outstanding beyond that. So we are waiting when the new law on appellate waivers becomes the law of the land, and that will be when SCOTUS rules on Hunter and providing guidance as to exactly what set of circumstances provides the defendant with a right to appeal even when appellate waivers are signed. Some of the matters that have come up for consideration include if the parties' due process privileges were violated. Manifest injustice contract law has also been discussed. Whatever the ruling is, stay tuned here to the Indie Zone for the Supreme Court's decision in Hunter versus United States. Thank you for joining us here today.